Hey guys, NC Scout with BrushBeater.store. It's great to be with all of you, and I wanted to talk a little bit about clip-on thermal versus dedicated thermal optic and alleviate a lot of questions that people have. A lot of y'all out there send me emails pretty much daily asking about different setups, and we've addressed this in a bunch of ways, but I wanted to make a video kind of explaining where everything fits in each one of the pieces. First and foremost, what overwhelmingly a lot of our clients get is, and where they're starting is with a clip-on. And I've got my go-to rifle right here, what I use to, on the range. This is kind of my general purpose weapon right here. It's Palmetto State Armory Saber 13.7 with a Huxworks 5.56 can. I'm running a mini red dot on it, closed emitter dot, and you will see an Armasight Jockey 640 that's on there, as well as designated IRV for an IR laser. This is a general purpose rifle setup, and the reason that I have it configured in this manner is I'm taking advantage of movement at night with night vision on, so moving around under nods, as well as target detection capability with thermal. All right. I hunt with this weapon. I teach classes with this weapon. This, I've got several thousand rounds down the tube on this. It's, I obviously trust my life with it. I go everywhere with it. And being able to have a clip-on sight thermal on this gives me a few distinct advantages. First, I'm implementing thermal into my kit, which is really a must-have these days. All right. Target detection capability, it is, that is the best and biggest advantage that you can have day or night. All right, I can take this thermal off, use it as a handheld scanner for target detection. I can put it back onto my weapon and integrate it with the red dot optic that I have right here. Running it in this manner also allows me to magnify the optic as well. The Jockey series from Armasight has up to a 4x magnification. Very, very effective tool. And I'm not relying on the magnification of the glass itself, which can lead to pixelation, digital breakdown, so on and so forth. And so that's why I'm not running a magnifier on this like what you see a lot of people who are running red dots typically will. Okay. There are some drawbacks to running a clip-on though, and I want to talk about these as we're transitioning to talking about running a dedicated rifle optic. The first thing about running a clip-on is you are going to see a discrepancy between your point of aim and your point of impact. All right, so if you have 1-0 on your red dot, you really need to confirm that when you are introducing a new device that you're also looking through. So basically, you're putting two planes of glass together and you're trying to look through both of them. You're gonna have a little bit of distortion in there. So you're definitely gonna have to take this out to the range, confirm that dope, all right, data on previous engagement, and make sure that you're still hitting where you wanna hit. You can collimate this a couple of ways. One is to just adjust your 0 on your red dot to account for running the clip-on. That's really the easiest way to do it. Another way to do it is to make sure that alignment is proper with your sight plane. And that, depending on your skill set, that involves shimming the mount a little bit here and there. I don't recommend going that route. Just take it to the range, adjust your 0, and make sure that you're good to go. In order to avoid all of that, what a lot of guys in the coyote hunting world, so predator hunting, hog hunting, a lot of what that revolves around is running a dedicated scope, running a thermal scope. So I've got this upper here. This is also a Palmetto State Saber with a Precision Reflex Industries Mark 12 SPR tube, kind of the retro fad these days. Everybody loves these. But Anyway, running a dedicated rifle scope that is thermal gives us some strong advantages. One, we're eliminating that discrepancy between focal planes. And the other is that once we have this zeroed, I don't have to worry about taking this on or off my weapon. It's on there. Okay, once it's on there, it's on there. The technology that we have these days in terms of image clarity and battery life is light years beyond what we had even 5 years ago. It's continuously blowing my mind. And so having a upper that you could maybe swap to another AR lower, in my mind, makes a heck of a lot of sense. Now, this is the Armasight Collector 640. It's essentially the same as the Jockey 640. It's the same housing, same core that's in it, same level of quality. But we also have a number of other optics out there as well, including this Knockpix Ace H50, which for guys running bolt guns, this is really gonna be, I think, a hell of a good setup because it's a conventional 30mm tube. And of course, it does come with a QD mount in it to mount it on an AR, but you could certainly take it out of that. Any 30mm rings that are on the market are going to work really well with that. You'd also piggyback a red dot on that. I know a lot of guys are when they're running higher magnification scopes, like piggybacking a red dot on there. You can certainly do that with that optic. Now, I want to talk about this upper right here. One of the things that we do with clip-ons, and typically a lot of my clients will do this, is they're running it in front of optic with some magnification, whether that's a low power variable optic, a prismatic optic, in this case, something like an ACOG, or primary arms, any of theirs, right? But these are all low magnification optics. And so with a clip-on, one of the things that you need to be concerned about is overpixelation and overmagnification, which is going to lead to aberrations in your image. With a dedicated rifle scope, you don't really have to worry about that because in essence, the way these work is they're digital cameras that have a thermal sensor in them. And that's how, that's how the system works in essence. So what you're able to do with this is zoom in with a higher optical clarity than you would get with, say, a clip-on in front of a magnified optic. So a lot of the blurriness, a lot of maybe the questions about positive identification, with a dedicated scope, you're going to be alleviating a lot of that. Anyway, I hope that this was really informative. We talk a lot about the AR-15 because this is the primary weapon system that's out there, but there are solutions, obviously, for bolt guns and other weapons platforms as well. If you've got any questions, feel free to reach out to us. brushbeater.store is the website, and of course, NC Scout at brushbeater.org. You can reach out to me direct. Thanks, guys.